Well, honestly, it looks worse than it actually is.
I'll take this bad boy off.
So you guys are probably thinking, wow, this guy is absolutely faking it once again, just like, you know, this video a couple weeks ago. And yes, I clickbaited you a little bit, but not really, because I actually did hurt my ankle, and I actually had to sit out last practice because, let me just tell you the story.
So the story is, on Tuesday afternoon we had wrestling practice at 4 p.m. Now everyone was doing the same thing they usually do. We played wall ball, you know, maybe a little spike ball here and there. So Nick decided that he kind of wanted to, you know, kind of warm up the team as a whole. Usually we warm up ourselves, do like a couple laps, a couple, you know, like, I don't know, leg stretches, just stuff like that to get you warm. But he decided to have like this relay race, which, you know, I absolutely love. I enjoy. We did a couple times last year. So in the relay race, you had, of course, a team, and the first thing was bear crawl. Everyone would bear crawl down, and then you would sprint back, and of course you have to wait until the guy in front of you gets back. Now on crab walks, this was like the third to last one, and we did them so our back was facing the wall, so we were going backwards. Long story short, I didn't want to be a cheater, so of course I had to, you know, touch the wall in back of me. So as I went to turn, I kind of did it blindly, but then I kind of looked at the last second. My foot tried to touch the wall, and it didn't just touch the wall, it smashed into it. Now this is probably like the wussiest way to like get hurt in wrestling. Like it was just a stupid situation. But I'll put up some visuals here, but this is kind of what happened. It's kind of a different sprain, because usually people sprain the other side of the foot. I sprained kind of the inside of my foot. I think it's a sprain. I don't know. But then of course we had to sprint back after that, and honestly I was like hopping on one foot. I was like, what the heck happened? I got really scared that I broke it and I'd be out for longer, but honestly it's feeling so much better now. But here's some of the pictures. So I think the first one was the night of, and then kind of the second one you see where it's bruising more, that is the next day. And you know, I think I take the opportunity to, you know, since I got kind of, I guess, an injury, I did sit out a practice because I told out it should probably be in my best interest, because, you know, why you know, put more strain on it, even though, yes, we have a competition in less than 30 days, but you don't want to still be injured by competition. But I think I'd like to take the time out of my day and kind of to upload a video on this channel, because I didn't have, you know, any, I guess, severe wrestling injury, and I think I'd talk to you about it, guys, because I know a lot of you guys say, you know, something about, you know, your collarbone or things like that. Stuff happens, but I think I have some good insight to help you guys out. So if you guys kind of saw my wrestling journey in high school, you guys would probably know that we did a lot of wrestling mindset. This was a thing our whole high school team did, and I absolutely love this. I think this tremendously helped out. So we had kind of a team wrestling mindset guy, whose name was Josh Hines. He was awesome, and then I also had an individual wrestling mindset coach called Coach Devaney. But in here you can see, like, there's quite a bit of pages here, and you all filled them out. Things like goal setting, there's stuff in here like what's your pre-match routine, things you can kind of track down, and it's really nice to have that on paper. But one of these things was, if you get hurt or if you get injured in wrestling, what can you do? How do you keep your mind right for that? Here we go. So here we go, guys, for the wrestling mindset here. There are 4 individual pages, actually, for injury recovery. So of course we're gonna dive in here, because if you guys end up getting hurt or injured, but you can come back to this video and you can kind of see you know, what you can do to help yourself still get better at wrestling, even though, you know, you're hurt. Or if you already are, then perfect timing. So I'll put the pictures right here, and I'll just read them off so you guys, you know, can check them out. But here we go for injury recovery. Even when you're hurt, you cannot give yourself an excuse to take off. There's almost always something you can do to improve in some way. It is up to you to be creative and find new ways to keep your momentum going. Objects in motion tend to stay in motion, and objects at rest tend to stay at rest. So keep moving forward. To do this, you need to focus on your possibilities. Shift your why me questions to how can I questions. People tend to focus on the 1% of their body that is hurt instead of the 99% body that is healthy. For this exercise, guys, you're gonna have to determine different ways you can train in the many areas of the sport and be as specific and detailed as possible. So, I mean, absolutely, like, that's like hit head on. I mean, you know, it's cool to look at a different perspective, because, you know, when you're sick, you want one thing in the world, and you just want to be healthy. You know, if you're healthy, you want all these other things. You want thousands, hundreds. If you're sick, you just want to be healthy. Just like when you're injured, you don't want to be injured, but all your focus is being put on that injury. Instead, you got to focus it on everything else. Like, look, I got 2 working arms. I can pump these babies up for days. So this next one is, whatever happens to you, you must believe that is the best thing that could have happened. Just kind of have that switch. Like, think, instead of the worst thing, think it's the best thing that ever happened to you. This is not easy to do, but it is crucial to do. It will be hard to proceed confidently if you do not truly see this as something that is good for you. That requires you to stay in your own head and listen to the many people around you about missing time or falling behind. You need to sincerely feel like this is a blessing. This requires shifting your why me questions to how can I questions. For this one, you're going to write your personal statement describing why this is the best thing that could happen to you. And then for the second exercise in here, you will list at least 5 ways this injury will be good for you. You may need to get creative, but you can do this. So for this one, it's just kind of seeing like the brighter side, of the moon. It's like, just like everything comes with an opposite and equal reaction. I mean, there's going to be some good that does come out of it, but you have to have that switch in your brain. You got to be optimistic about this, because if you're not optimistic about it, you're setting yourself up for failure. You might as well be optimistic about it. Also, guys, if you do want to check out Wrestling Mindset, because they are a huge help to me, I really, really highly suggest them. I'm not getting paid to say this whatsoever, but you can go check their socials in the description, and their whole business is amazing. It really helped me out to get my state championship, and I'm definitely going to be using them here in college so I can be the best wrestler I can. Week 3 is to build hope for yourself, bouncing back using success stories. You are not the only athlete who has suffered an injury in their career. Many, if not most athletes, have had to come back from an injury in their career. The great ones view the injury as a speed bump, not a stop sign, a dead-end street that cannot be recovered from. The choice, speed bump versus dead end, is yours to make. When you focus on the athletes who have come back stronger or stronger after their injury, you build hope for yourself. So for this exercise, you're going to make a list of athletes who have successfully recovered and come back from an injury to achieve success. Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, it's clear. You think about Spencer Lee, who, tore 2 ACLs. That was definitely not a dead end for him. He continued to absolutely dominate everyone at his weight, win 2 national championships already, Hodge Trophy winner. And then also Jordan Burroughs, if you guys didn't hear, kind of for the World Team Trials, he kind of tore his calf muscle and continued to, wrestle the rest of the match and ended up, at Worlds, not, what was it, a week or 3 weeks later, whatever it was, he ended up winning the tournament with, he recovered, that fast. Of course you can say all these genetic things, but the point is that he had to be better even though that he was hurt. And these comeback stories, they happen all the time. For week 4, many athletes mistakenly believe that they're the only ones wrestling through pain or nursing some injury. This, of course, is false. Almost no one competes at 100% free of physical or mental strain or pain. This is important to realize so you do not feel like you're the only one, like you're at a disadvantage. It is far more productive and accurate to view everyone as less than 100% in some kind of pain. For this exercise, you'll make a list of athletes who have successfully succeeded despite some pain. Remember, pain can be physical, mental, or emotional, and they all hurt. You need to know that others have overcome pain during competition and succeeded, and so can you. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I learned this a couple years ago, but literally, you don't know if someone's dog died or a family member, and it's just they might be down that weekend. And they're like, man, this sucks. They're not going to wrestle 100%. Maybe they got hurt at practice. Maybe they jammed a finger here and there. They're not going to be at 100%. Maybe in school, maybe they're failing a class. Maybe they have that kind of mental strain on them. But just know that everyone's human and everyone has their faults. They they have these down points in some time in their life. And of course, week after week after week, no one really will be at 100%. So just know that. And now for week 5 here, the objective is to compete fearlessly despite your injury or pain. After an injury, many athletes are afraid that the same injury will repeat itself during another competition. This is especially so when faced with the same situation or technique occurred the last time they got hurt. It is important that when the athletes come back, they compete fearlessly. Hesitation decreases performance and increases the likelihood of future injury. You need to know you are good to go so you can be fearlessly in the same situation and other situations without reservation or thought of re-injury. So for this exercise, you must be confident you are fully recovered. Go through this checklist and feel good that you have done all you can to recover and you are ready to go all out. So first on here, you got doctor approval, coach approval, consistently completed rehab exercises, and also your personal decision to compete. Because of course, if you're not right in your own head, you're not going to be right on the mat. And for the last exercise, Now that you have been deemed fit for competition, you need to have a soldier mentality that you will go all out, commit full throttle. When you make the decision to compete, you have to, in some sense, be ready to die. This is obviously extreme, but it is meant to illustrate the point that you have to accept the possibility of re-injury without letting it cripple your efforts. For this exercise, you're going to create a personal statement. You are willing to put it on the line when you come back. So that was it, guys. We went through 5 weeks of injury recovery through Wrestling Mindset. I give all credit for that to Wrestling Mindset. Once again, all their stuff is in the description. They are awesome. But I hope you guys found some value out of that, and I really suggest to do these exercises because they really do help. If you guys learned something in this video, if you guys enjoyed, if you guys want to stick around on the channel, if you're new, my name's Cayden Henschel. I post all about wrestling content. I'm a college wrestler wrestling at Division II. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.
This is Cayden's Vlog.
Dreams to Reality merch. Link in bio.
I took my shot and